Mhm.
is what direction do dealers kind of take their business right now? There's, I guess we've got 2 months left right now, on the year. It's been a
Right.
very interesting year. Q4 for us is always an interesting time anyways. And then we
Hmm.
kind of tack on a pandemic and inventory levels. And there's a lot to try to kind of forecast what the rest of the year will be, definitely going into next year. So kind of what are your thoughts on kind of the global or even maybe even the regional or Canadian kind of outlook for autos kind of moving into the rest of this year and then going into the beginning of next year?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, why don't we start at the global level since it's kind of interesting if you look at the different elements around the world.
Hmm.
And, I think what's fair to say is that where we are today is nowhere where we expected to be at the beginning of the year, pre-pandemic. But then also once we saw the pandemic take hold, and you're in the April timeframe, we were looking at a much more dire picture for the auto industry globally, as
Yeah,
well
very
as
true.
in North America and Canada specifically. So I think when we look at where the world is now, we've added back about 7 million units. So give you some perspective of kind of where we came from. Last year is about 90 million units globally, light vehicles. This year we're now expecting about 77 million units. So we've increased the forecast from a low of 70 back in April. So good news is things are moving in the right direction. I suppose the I don't want to call it bad news, but maybe the
Hmm.
wild card here is we just don't yet know what's fully ahead of us. I think the additional news that we've had over the past 2 weeks, and I think Pfizer ending on a positive note again, upping their success rate percentages, probably closer to the other one now. I think they're both right around 95%.
That's what I've seen the last few
Um,
numbers have been. Yeah.
yeah, they're moving up. So I think that's all the good news for not only all of us personally, but for the industry as well.